If anyone has ears to hear, let them hear. This is the Masonic Creed by John D. Rockefeller, written in 1880. It's the secret covenant, the empire of illusion. An illusion it will be, so large, so vast, it will escape their perception. Those who will see it will be thought of as insane. We will create separate fronts to prevent them from seeing the connection between us. We will behave as if we are not connected to keep the illusion alive. Our goal will be accomplished one drop at a time, so as never to bring suspicion upon ourselves. This will also prevent them from seeing the changes as they occur. We will always stand above the relative field of their experience, for we know the secrets of the absolute. We will work together always and will remain bound by blood and secrecy. Death will come to he who speaks. We will keep their lifespan short and their minds weak while pretending to do the opposite. We will use our knowledge of science and technology in subtle ways so they will never see what is happening. We will use soft metals, aging accelerators, and sedatives in food and water, also in the air. They will be blanketed by poisons everywhere they turn. The soft metals will cause them to lose their minds. We will promise to find a cure from our many fronts, yet we will feed them more poison. The poisons will be absorbed through their skin and mouths. They will destroy their minds and reproductive system. For all this, their children will be born dead while we will conceal this information. The poisons will be hidden in everything that surrounds them, and what they eat, drink, breathe, and wear. We must be ingenious in dispensing the poisons, for they can see far. We will teach them that the poisons are good with fun images and musical tones. Those they look up to will help. We will enlist them to push our poison. They will see our products being used in film and will grow accustomed to them and will never know their true effect. When they give birth, we will inject poisons into the blood of their children and convince them it is for their health. We will start early on when their minds are young. We will target the children with what children love most, sweet things. When their teeth decay, we will fill them with metals that will kill their mind and steal their future. When their ability to learn has been affected, we will create medicine that will make them sicker and cause other diseases, for which we will create yet more medicine. We will render them docile and weak before us by our power. They will grow depressed, slow, and obese, and when they come to us for help, we will give them more poison. We will focus their attention toward money and material goods, so they will never connect with their inner self. We will distract them with fornication, external pleasures, and games, so they may never be the one with the oneness of it all. Their minds will belong to us, and they will do as we say. If they refuse, we will find ways to implement mind-altering technology into their lives. We will use fear as our weapon. We will establish their governments and establish opposites within. We will own both sides. We will always hide our objective, but carry out our plan. They will perform the labor for us, and we will prosper from their toil. Our families will never mix with theirs. Our blood must be pure always, for it is the way. We will make them kill each other when it suits us. We will keep them separated from the oneness by dogma and religion. We will control all aspects of their lives and tell them what to think and how. We will guide them kindly and gently, letting them think they are guiding themselves. We will form an animosity between them through our factions. When a light shall shine among them, we will extinguish it by ridicule or death, whichever suits us best. We will make some rip their hearts apart and kill their own children. We will accomplish this by using hate as our ally, anger as our friend. The hate will bind them totally, and never shall they see that from their conflicts we emerge as their rulers. They will be busy killing each other. They will bathe in their own blood and kill their neighbors for as long as we see fit. We will benefit greatly from this, for they will not see us. For they cannot see us. We will continue to prosper from their wars and their death. We shall repeat this over and over until our ultimate goal is accomplished. We will continue to make them live in fear and anger to images and sounds. We will use all the tools we have to accomplish this. The tools will be provided by their labor. We will make them hate themselves and their neighbors. We will always hide the divine truth from them, that we are all one. This they must never know. They must never know that color is an illusion, and they must always think that they are not equal. Drop by drop, we will advance our goal. We will take over their land, resources, and wealth to exercise total control over them. We will deceive them into accepting laws that will steal the little freedom they will have. We will establish a money system that will imprison them forever, keeping them and their children in debt. When they shall band together, we will accuse them of crimes that present a different story to the world. We For we shall own all media. We will use our media to control the flow of information and their sentiment in our favor. When they shall rise up against us, we will crush them like.
All right. So I'll let you lead this one in, Dre. I mean, yeah.
So when every sentence she said, a scenario popped in my mind about something that happened in the past. So that's why I said it's pretty accurate. So when I did my little research that I looked it up and stuff like that, and it said it was a theory, it wasn't something. This was what she told. She said it was written by somebody Rockefeller, John D. Rockefeller, something in the 1800s, something like that. So they do control everything, Vanguard, all of that stuff. That's all true. They control all of that stuff. They control our education. They hold the curriculums of what we learn, and how we learn it. All the information that's coming out. So social media is moving so fast and is digging so deep into the history now. Now that we have all this other stuff coming out, what we learn on social media and what we learn in school is two totally different things. So I feel like there's a lot of accuracy to it. And it could be true. I strongly believe it could be true. But just if I can get something concrete on, say, okay, this was 100%. He wrote this. This what it was, and But then again, they control the information and how you get it. So it's kind of scary to be like. It's kind of scary to pinpoint the information that was given. So you're not going to see this in any textbook. You're only going to see this through people doing their research on social media. You're not going to see it in any college. You're not going to see it in any high school. This will never come up in a school setting. So that's my take on that, and it plays into what's happening nowadays. The music videos, she mentioned music. She mentioned kids. Poisoning the kids. The kids in the blood system. Where they have these metals and parasites and stuff like that's causing all these diseases and illness.
The medication causing side effects and needed
Side
more.
effects and all. She mentioned a lot of that whatever she was reading mentioned all of this stuff that's going on today. So it was pretty accurate.
Okay. What you call it? DCAT said it was
2022.
Yeah, 2022 is from a video game.
I mean,
it didn't exist.
2002.
That was a video game?
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
Oh, okay.
Big up to DCAT.
Like I said, it's pretty accurate to what's going on, because every sentence she said something in my mind went back to something that happened in the past when she said those will be silent if they rose up. You know what I mean? I can go to Martin Luther King and whoever else was speak up was killed. Charlie Kirk, he was killed. It's a repetitive thing that goes on.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, I don't know if it was concrete of where the source was, but pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking it up and it came up, the secret covenant. And if you look at Rockefeller, we all know Rockefeller Center. He's a rich dude, and you kind of look at it. He was a huge businessman.
Yeah.
And his goal is to sell. So control the government, control the media, poison or weaken the population through food. And you see it like, look at the stuff, the fast food stuff. You get people putting on, like, what was that guy that did the McDonald's one where he ate McDonald's for 30 days?
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, supersize.
These are things that they're doing to the public. And if you look at it from a business perspective, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Because it's just like when you go to the doctor's not trying to cure you, just trying to patch you up so you can come back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Rockefeller is smart. That's what they trying to accomplish. Like, you can sell 1 billion items this year. I want to sell 1.5 billion next year. So you gotta get somebody to spend the money somewhere.
But it's at the expense of the people at everybody else's lives. It's not. They're smart.
They don't care about who's purchasing it.
Yeah, it's at the expense of our lives.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, okay, for instance, look at back in the day, the food pyramid, what it used to be.
Yeah.
Nowadays you realize those were just the companies at the top.
Yeah.
We thought that meant something. You know what I'm saying? Here we are in 2026, and look at the pyramid now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or eating 3
True.
meals a day, like how unhealthy that really is. Eating 3 meals a day. That's just like we're taught that, but
Listen, we
as you
live
get
in
older,
we live in a society now where you can eat anything you want year round, anytime. So
anytime,
Anytime.
yeah,
that stuff's out the window.
yeah,
Back
it's
in the
out the
days,
window.
you only ate mango during mango season. You know what I'm saying? Now you can get it year
Yeah,
round. It might
right.
not taste good, especially here in America. It ain't gonna taste good, but you're gonna still find it.
Yeah, well, all our grapes had seeds in them back in the day too, and our
Right.
watermelons had
Hey,
seeds.
isn't that man-made? The seedless
I
grapes?
don't. I wish I
Did
could
God
tell
give
you.
us seedless grapes?
No, absolutely not. Nothing was
Mm.
seedless.
Hey,
So
Brandon, you know why it's doing that? I just thought about it. It's because you got the blurred background.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, because
Well,
he
that
keeps talking in
sucks.
the private chat about his camera. But I just realized you blurred the background. It's gonna do that.
Damn. All
Um,
right.
so
It's
my
all good
background
though.
is what you call it. My background is from a different software. So I got the what you call it. I'm not using the background from this software. I'm using
No,
it from yeah.
no. But
Gotcha.
you
Like
good
Gotcha.
though.
but
You can
yeah.
touch on that, Brandon. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Spill your facts, Brandon. What's your thoughts?
No, nothing crazy. It's just, the rich and powerful, they do control the world in some way, shape, or form. You make enough money, you get into them circles where you are able to influence pretty much every facet of somebody's life one way or another. And so, it is what it is. Nothing the poor can do about it unless you make it to that level to make change. But it's just one of those things where if you're knowledgeable about it, if you understand what's going on, you can do your best to avoid it. There's so many shots that I refuse to give my kids because of
right.
those links to autism and other types of defects. And so
Mhm.
you do what you can with the knowledge you have, but that's pretty much all you can do.
Yeah.
There was a guy named Bishop Larry Gators, and when I first got introduced to him maybe 5 years ago, I thought the guy was a wacko. And I'm gonna tell you the guy's honest truth. I thought the guy was a wacko. Stuff that he was saying, and I stopped listening to him because he was speaking at that time. Bishop T.D. Jakes was at the height of his.
Hmm.
He was that guy. So this guy, he was calling Bishop T.D. Jakes Bishop T.D. Snakes. Now I don't know all the stuff that came out about T.D. Jakes is true or not, and I won't. And well, if it's true, I don't hold anybody because anybody can sin. As long as you repent, that's between you and God. I ain't got nothing to do with it. So, and I don't hold anybody for anything. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody is able to do whatever. And that's just because we're human. So, but when he started talking his stuff about all these people, this was like 5, 6, 7 years ago before all this stuff come out about everybody. And I'm like, now I go back and listen to him. I'm like, oh, okay, he was really speaking some truth. And it's like, oh man, and the stuff that he digs into. I don't want to offend anybody, but he goes into secret societies. He considered the secret societies in the colleges. He called the boules. All the sororities and all of that stuff. How all of that connects to Freemasonry and all of that stuff. So like when I first heard this guy, I was like, nah, he's a wacko. But then all this stuff started to come out, and I was like, oh, I have to give this guy another shot. I don't listen to him that often. He just come across my newsfeed every now and then because I looked him up back then. Yeah, it goes pretty deep into what the root of secret societies are and how where it starts and where it is now, and how people are don't really know what they're joining and what it really means when it's just something
So
for fun.
who are they supposed to protect?
They said there's 13 families, Rockefellers, and there's different families besides the Rockefellers.
Hmm.
They're at the top of this pyramid.
To the top 13?
Top 13 families. There's the devil, the 13 families, and then you have all this other stuff. And I think at the bottom is sororities, college sororities and all of that stuff. Freemasons like in the middle or somewhere like that. And they said this stuff is all connected. So like mind you, like when I first heard this guy, I thought he was kind of he totally whacked out. But now
Hey,
it's coming.
sometimes you just ain't ready for it yet.
Yeah,
You
you
probably
say
came
yeah,
too
yeah.
early.
So yeah, I mean, but like I needed more. I just don't take. Anybody could come and say anything. But it was his actual facts started to come out, and then I had to be like, all right. I mean, I didn't say I disliked the guy or anything. I just thought what he was saying was totally off the wall. But when he, I'm always going down these rabbit holes when I'm always watching these videos where these people are going down these rabbit holes and it's starting to make sense. It's like they're connecting the dots, like bang, bang, bang. And I'm like, okay. I just, just me personally, where I come from, even, the street life and stuff like that, I always chose to roll dolo, regardless, who my family was rolling with, who they were down with. I can be in one section of the neighborhood where this gang runs this territory. I'll be over there with them. And I'll be with their enemies the next day because everybody knew I rose dolo. I didn't join nothing. I wasn't trying to join nothing, and everybody knew me for that. That was part of my reputation. This guy right here, Rose Dolo, if you're gonna see him, he's by himself. He ain't got work. I've walked the streets where I walked down the street. I shook a crew of guys' hands. Bond gave them that. Cross the street, shook another guy's hand. Bond gave him that. He crossed paths with them. He got shot, and I just kept pushing because that was none of my business. So it was like, that's been a part of my personality. That was something that I think God he gave me to just not to join anything. It doesn't matter what it was. And then that's just like that was just part of what I mean. I lived in territories where gangs run this particular, but my peoples were the opposite game. But they knew that one dude right there, he ain't down with nobody. He ain't gotta worry about him.
Yeah, the days of that is no more because I know growing up in Hartford, people in gangs used to always say, "Nah, don't mess with that dude. He ain't about that life." Nowadays, people don't care. It's like they don't care. They don't care nothing about that. The rules are all different.
It is different. Yeah. They did have respect. Like so when I lived in a predominantly Latino neighborhood, the gang members would be like, "Yo, you got any problems? Let me know." I'm like, "No, I ain't got no problems." I mean, like you might be shooting at my cousin.
That's what they try to do. They try to find a way in.
Yeah, and everybody that this is a God's honest truth. Everybody that tried to draft me in a gang has been killed. Has been asked me to get down in any type of way. They have been killed. And I look back as like, wow. That I knew that I was doing something right at least, but not joining. You know what I mean? I would, But yeah, that was one of those part of my testimony. But it is what it is.
All right.
Yeah,
so
not joining.
Cool. Any thoughts on that before we transition? That one was deep though. That one was definitely deep though. But
yeah, we could.
They said a lot of stuff that was relevant for the time.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, does anybody even know how rich Rockefeller is? Because half this stuff is in what they call them? They're in trust.
Yeah.
So you can't open a lot of them stuff. You don't even know where they are.
They set the blueprint to get rich and stay rich.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You got a lot of people following that blueprint and
these are the people that's actually running the country.
Yes. They not only run the country, they run the world.
Yeah. Well, it's a 3%.
Yeah. All right. It's a rabbit hole you can go deep down that rabbit hole.